Yeah, hello everyone. Today we're going over a match between Wei Yi and Cuban GM Lanzaro Batista. This was played in 2015 in Hainan, Danzhou. Hainan is a province in China. Danzhou is more like a county level. We see the Sicilian defense, but this is not classical Scandinavian, and this is not classical response because it didn't. Well, you might not go to open Sicilian. Now you play the knight dwarf move. Bishop went to e2. Now you went to knight f6. But after this move, you go back to some common knight dwarf and Scandinavian variation. Now you could exchange. Now the problem is if you exchange the knight, if you exchange here, the problem will still be the bishop is looking down at your king side. I think this is the way that I think this is the part that what black should intentionally avoid. Keep going. There's still probably a thousand game in the database on this position. Queen e1. Well, the queen e1 move is very typical. White is looking at the king side of black, but now black has a way to equalize the position, and it is one of the most common moves in Sicilian defense. The black didn't play this move, but if you play d5 here, notice a lot of game in Sicilian defense. The white is probably 2 or 3 tempo short of destroying black, and this most time the way to stop or slow down white attack is by black playing d5. Notice here, knight cannot jump to f3 because the bishop will take the bishop on e3. Now you have somewhat of equal position by playing d5. The computer rate this as 0.2 favor white, but d5 is probably the way you equalize the position here. Anyway, it's not the way you play in the game. You play knight d4. This is the bad move, because now the bishop is looking at your king side. You already castled. You also have to watch out for e5 here or f5. Developing the bishop, but well, it is actually very important because the black bishop is looking at some kind of this line. This line is very important, but well, maybe not. After some move, that's the problem. You see, oops. Sorry. Today my comment editor is like going like nuts. I don't know what's going on with my comment editor. But you see the queen and the rook here. It's not very coordinated compared to white, and this is a big problem. The pieces are not coordinated for black. You have to solve that problem, Now you worry about potential f5. Close the position here is very correct. It's actually correct. Now you're facing some kind of rook lifting, you know. And you kind of have to solve this. In the game, we'll play the knight d5. The computer think it should go like this. You should use the bishop to take, but you know you lose the control on the, you lose the threat on the white king. But this is actually the best move. After knight take, there is a problem. Houston, we have a big problem because these pieces are blocked, and the white have rather short time to utilize it. But the white find the right move. Sack the rook. Now the king hunt begin, as we all like. Notice you don't play queen take here because, well, there's no direct threat here. E take, king take. Well, the correct move by computer was bishop take. After bishop take, white threatening queen f7 checkmate. You sack this bishop, you play d5. Now there's no mate. After this move, white is a piece up, which is not bad. Which is actually, I would say, winning position. But usually when you sack it, when you sack a heavy piece, you're looking for the win. Bishop e4. The stockfish rate this as mate in 25. One of the problem of this is that how well it is very easy to think rook f7, but it is very hard to calculate up to here. I mean, it's because it become a rather, I wouldn't say slow gambit, but it's pretty slow because you have to repeatedly sack your pieces. So to prevent some kind of retreat, because once the king go to c6, there's the king is safe. You see the problem? You can go to c7 and then you go to b8, the play continue. So you have to sack the bishop here by playing bishop e4 to prevent it. One of the very easy wrong move is c4 check. Well, if c4, bishop takes c4, bishop e4 check, king take, bishop g1 check, king d5, queen f7, king c6. This is mate. But the problem is that, well, when you play c4, there's a chance to decline it. You play c take, check, decline again. Now you have a big problem, is that you're rook down. Well, it is actually very, c4 is very tempting, but this Chinese guy find the correct move. King take, queen f7, control d5 square. Bishop f6. Well, because if no bishop f6, if you play, for example, if you play rook e1, then there's a mating 1 and bishop g1, mating 1 here. So you have to do something rather immediate by play bishop f6, bishop d2 check. There's a repetition. Maybe waiting. Well, maybe you see if black can go to f5, but this is actually when you see repetition in this kind of gambit, it actually show you that he might the Wei Yi guy actually maybe not calculating all the move. Well, it's actually close to impossible to calculate all the move. Now you threat queen d3. Queen d3 is mating 1, and the queen still control the d5 square. Now you have to solve it. Only move actually. Queen d4. Well, now there's a lot of threat. You sack it, but that's not enough. Black resign here. A sample move by computer. Yeah, exactly. The sample move from Stockfish is actually sack all your pieces so you don't get mated immediately. This is rather impressive, but the way of thinking is very straightforward. These pieces are not coordinated. You sack your rook, immediate attack. You have, well, if you consider this pawn as acting pieces, this bishop can get freed up. So it's very possible. So it becomes very possible to coordinate all this, but to calculate everything in once is, well, probably impossible. Yeah, but after all, very nice game, and let's go over some of the problem here. You remember you don't exchange here, and you play d5 here. If you have a chance, when you put your king safely, play d5 as soon as possible, because usually, well, it's not a law, but in Sicilian defense, if you have a chance to play d5, you always play it, because when black play d5, usually black can equalize the position or even take initiative. This is all I have to say. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.